welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, in today's video I will be going over some marriage tips. Me and my husband are going on our 1-year anniversary next month, so I'm still new to the game, but I still feel like I have some tips for those of you who are in my same situation, you know, that are new to marriage. And these tips are also just for like relationships in general. If you are ready and want to know my tips, just continue watching. The very first tip number 1, is to be open to change. Now, when I say be open to change, I'm talking about change in your partner and also change in yourself. You have to remember that we are still young, like we are still growing. As you grow, of course, you're going to change. Like, that is something that is natural. As the years go on, you're going to see change within that person, and you have to be prepared for that. And also for yourself, like, one thing that I cannot stand is when people say, oh, that's just how I am, or that's just how that person is. No, that's not okay. You don't just go around through, you know, in life saying, oh, that's just how I am. No, if you are toxic, if you have toxic ways, if you have personality traits or things within yourself and how, you know, how you treat people, if how you treat people is not okay and you are toxic, you need to change, especially when it comes to marriages, because once you marry that person, you also have to think about their feelings and, you know, what makes them happy. So if you're this type of person and you're not open to changing and you're just going through life saying, oh, that's just how I am, accept it, no, that is not okay. And it's funny because I was just now telling one of my homegirls this, that you cannot change other people, but you can change yourself. If you have things within yourself that you personally do not like, or you personally feel like is affecting you negatively, change it. And that's just that. Number 2 is do what works for you in your marriage. Now, this is a big one because, well, they're all pretty big, but this is a big one because a lot of times I feel like when it comes to marriages, we like compare our marriages to other marriages. Oh, this marriage does this and that marriage does that. But we have to understand that your marriage is unique to you and your partner. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody else do it, that don't mean that you have to do it. Just because somebody else say, oh, that's a good thing, does not mean that that's a good thing for your marriage. Do what is good and do what works for you and your spouse. So number 3 is to not listen to people, especially people that have never been married. Now, this might hurt some feelings, but it's true. It's hard to speak on things that you have never experienced yourself. So how are you gonna sit there and you know, be like, oh, I have all this to say about you and your husband, or I have all this to say about you and your wife, and you have never even been married before. Like, I'm confused. Marriage is different than relationship. It's not the same. Stop listening to those negative people, the people who always have something to say about you and your marriage, or whatever the case may be. Number 4 is to communicate. I cannot express this enough, especially with young marriages. You have to communicate. I feel like communication is one of the most important things when it comes to young marriages and even relationships. Communication is so big because I feel like communication sets everything up for success. There's so many things that you have to communicate with your partner, and that is how you both grow. If there is something within your marriage that you do not like, you have to be able to communicate that with your partner. Number 5 is to never stop doing the things that you used to do when you all were still dating. Yes, I said it. I know this happens a lot of time. We tend to get complacent and, you know, we just think like, okay, if they're mine and, you know, I already got them, so I don't have to do nothing. No. When you're married, you still have to continue doing those things that you used to do when you were still trying to get that person. Like, pretend like you're not married to this person and you're still trying to get them. you need to still be doing those same things. This is important because it keeps the spice up, you know, it keeps the level of intensity up within your marriage. Everything that I'm talking about both parties, male and female, wife and husband. I'm talking about both sides. I'm not specifically talking about, oh no, this is what husbands need to do or this is what wives need to do. No, both parties need to work together to do all of these things that I'm talking about. Number 6 is to just be kind. Like, I know it's a very simple one, but it's the truth. Everyone gets mad, get an attitude, you fight, you argue, whatever, but you just have to remember to be kind to that person. Like, this is the person that you married, this is the person that you love, you know, you adore them. You don't want to just always be mean all the time, because that's where the bickering comes from, that's where the arguments come from, your energy and how you talk to each other. So just overall, just be kind to one another. Okay, number 7 is to not expect something but you're not giving anything in return. An example, like, let's say the husband is telling his wife that he wants her to be more affectionate. Let's say that's an example. He wants the wife to be more affectionate, but he's not affectionate towards the wife. So that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? My thing is about fairness. You know, if you're not doing it, why do you expect somebody else to do it for you? Sometimes in a marriage, you have to show that person that you are willing to try, you are willing to put in that work in order for them to put in that work. The last marriage tip that I have is to give 100%, not 50-50. Now, I've seen it all the time, all over Facebook. Oh, a marriage is 50-50, a marriage is 50-50. No, hunty, a marriage is not 50-50. A marriage is 100-100. Both parties need to give 100% collectively together. The wife giving 100% and the husband giving 100%. There's no in between. Both of you have to put in all of the effort, because sometimes that's what it takes. Like, don't get me wrong, marriage is not easy. Just like a relationship, you're going to go through things. Always give 100%, and you know, just don't give up. Like, if you're going through something in your marriage right now, or you know, if you were going through something in the past, just don't give up. Don't give up until you feel like you just really had enough. Like, you can't deal with whatever it is you're going through anymore. Those were just some quick tips that I had. Just like I said in the beginning of this video, I am still very new to the marriage game, but I have also learned so much within this year that I've been married. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope it is not too long. I don't think it'll be too long, especially after I edit it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and push the notification bell so you'll get notified every time I post a video. And just a reminder, I post videos every single Saturday. Times may vary. I will see you all next Saturday. Bye.